what that means is that I am a movement specialist. I'm going to take a look at structural alignment. I'm going to look at some muscle symmetry, and what I'm going to make sure is that structurally you're balanced, and make sure that all the muscles throughout your entire body are doing their job to support your joints and to help make you move. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some structural stuff. So I'm going to have you stand up. You're still not putting weight on it, you know that, right? Can you tell that? Like, I can tell you're shifting over. You're like this right now. You're like leaning over, okay? Like, you can even see through the video that his right shoulder is higher, and that shows me how much he's leaning over to the left. He's not putting weight on his right leg as he's supposed to, and that's the fibula that he broke, okay? You'll see it from the video, okay? When we look at the pelvis here, and I want you to place, this is the top of your pelvis, I want you to place your hands on top of my hands, right here, on top, okay? So, you look at your hands, which one's higher?
The right one?
That's right. So your pelvis right now, you're basically doing this. Your pelvis is doing this, and we saw from your shoulders you're doing this. Let's take a look at this. Let's just have your hands straight. Look at this. Which one's lower?
Right one.
Lower.
Oh, left one.
Left one. So this is lower and this is lower. So basically you're trying to do this. You're trying to come off of this leg. Okay? And you're making this into a habit. You're probably doing it because you don't want to put weight on this leg. But that's, you can see that's an asymmetry. That's going to create problems. Alright? Let's take a look at rotational deviation. So this is your pelvis. Again, we found that it tilts. This one tilts lower. Let's see how it rotates. So when I put my hands in front of your pelvis here, and you can look down, and which thumb is more forward? Which one? The left one, right? You can see that? Sorry. You can see the left one is, right?
Yeah.
Let's see this. Arm straight. Now again, what's interesting here, which one's more forward?
Left one.
Which one?
Left one. The right one.
The right one. My left one. You're right. Okay? So this is more forward, and this is more forward. So that's different. When you're tilting, it was on the same side, right? This drop down and this drop down. But when it comes to rotation, you're opposites. So you can see that your pelvis and your shoulders, they're not the same. There's a lot of rotation. Now, this is going to affect you, especially when you start working out, and I'm sure you work out with a team.
Yeah.
You're going to be, if you're on the bench, your body really wants to do this. You're twisting, and that's going to create some shoulder problems. Okay? And if you don't have shoulder problems now, in the future you'll have it, right? And that's lined up straight. Okay? What we're doing next is we're going to do a range of motion test on the table. So I'm going to take a look at your movement. Yeah. So the two techniques that I do, the first one is called muscle activation techniques. And muscle activation techniques is a systematic approach to assess, to treat, and correct the muscular imbalance. That's what I'm kind of going to do. The first part was the posturology. You saw that. I was looking at your alignment of the structure. Okay? And I'm gonna go through other assessments for posturology later. But after I did the structural, I want to do some muscular mobility tests. So I'm going to take a look at every joint in your body now and see if there's tightness or if there's asymmetries on either side. Okay? All right. So just straighten out your body for me. Okay, so we're here. We're going to take a look at your movement of your feet. The feet have 33 joints in each foot. That's just your foot. 33 joints, okay? And in all these joints, they have to work together. Yeah, you can sit up. They have to work together to provide function. Your feet, the main focus is to help you absorb and to propel. But they provide the information all the way up so that you know which muscles to use, okay? So when I take a look at your feet here, so when you feel this, it feels pretty loose, right?
Yeah.
And you feel this one, does that feel a little tighter?
Yeah.
Okay? So what's interesting is here, this is the side you injured, but this is the side that's tighter. Now I'm not saying this is what's happening, but this could be a possibility. Because you're not putting as much weight on this anymore, could you be compensating now by putting more weight here. And by putting more weight here, this side's getting tighter. Now, you know what's gonna happen now? Because you're putting more weight here and this is tighter, how does the joint get stronger? The joint has to move, right? But if it's not moving, then are those muscles gonna get stronger or weaker? They're gonna get weaker. So what happens here is, if this starts to get weaker, what's the next joint above it? The knee. Now, you might, in the future, start having problems here if you don't get this balanced out. Does that make sense? Okay? All right. So this is just your forefoot. This is the front part of your foot. You see where my hand is? It's by your big toe. And you can feel that, right? This is tighter. Now, let's go to your middle foot. That feels good. And that feels tighter, right? Okay, let's go to the rear foot. That feels good. And that feels okay too, okay, which is good. The next part is the ankle, the first joint above the foot, okay? Is that sensitive in there at all? Where my fingers are?
Yeah.
Okay. Not in this left side though, okay? So let's take a look at the movement here. Okay? Again, do you feel the difference? Looser, jam, okay? All right, so let's keep going here. We're gonna go to the foot and ankle, lower leg and knee. Now, what's important for you to see is this, that this is your tibia, this is the fibula, right? When I turn your foot in, this should turn, right here. If you put your hand here, so when I turn your foot in, it should turn. It's not. You feel that there's tightness in there. When I turn out, look at when I turn out. You see how it turns out with it?
Yeah. That could be right.
Yeah, it's something stuck. Okay? Alright. So you feel that jamming in there?
Yeah.
And then you feel when I turn out, see how much easier that is? Okay? Let's see this side. It's tight, but it moves better. Your tibia moves a little bit, and fibula. Again, this side's overworking now because you're not putting as much weight here. But this is the first thing that we found that was tight on this right side. Is this motion, and that jams up. All right. So how that's affecting your knee at all? Does that bother you? Now let's have your way back. So now we're going to go to your hip. Okay? So your hip should turn. And so we're looking at rotation of the hip, and this hip is pretty locked up. That's tight. Okay? You see this one? See, it's kind of bouncy. This is what the end of a motion should feel like. You should feel bouncy. This one, you feel the difference? It jams up. Okay? So we found this foot is tight, this hip is tight. So look what's in the middle there? The knee. That's very exposed right now. Have you had any knee problems? No? That's good. Do you play left or right guard?
Either or.
Play either or? Now look at this is your rotation out. This is what it should feel like when I turn your leg in. See how bouncy that is? Easy. Easy on this side. Okay? And they're just symmetrical, right? But when I go in, that's tight, and that's loose. Tight, loose. Let's go to your hip motion with your knee bent now. Feels okay there. Let's compare. A little tighter there. So this is tighter too. How did you break it?
I was like this one guy, so it was like a chop block, and it was like this huge guy, like 6'5", like 300 pounds.
Did you chop block you?
And then I chop blocked him, and like he like landed on top of me funny, and like I was like on my knees, and, like I was like on my feet, I guess, like with my hands on the ground.
Okay.
And like he fell forward on me, and it snapped. We just snapped.
Okay. So what landed on you? What part of him?
Like his whole body, I guess.
Whole body?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, I pulled back, I guess.
All right. So this is your pelvis now. So we went to your foot, we went to your ankle, we went to your knee, this is your hip, now this is your pelvis. This is tight. You feel this? This doesn't move. This should come across. Which means, you know when guys do this type of stretch, that means that you're not getting it from your pelvis. You know where you're getting it? From your back. And that's not where you're supposed to be getting. This should be from the pelvis. From the pelvis. But when I do this, see when I keep this locked down, there's no motion here. That's jammed. Which means what? Your pelvis is the foundation of your spine. You know what attaches to your pelvis? All your leg muscles, the spine, all your leg muscles, and all your core muscles. Which means that you're not going to be as strong as you possibly can because that pelvis is locked up. It doesn't move. Which means your glutes aren't going to be as strong, your abs aren't going to be as strong because your glutes attach to your pelvis. Your core attaches to your pelvis. But if that doesn't move, how do you strengthen those muscles? You can't, right? That's like saying, okay, we're going to work on arms, and this is going to be our motion. That's not going to work. You're not going to get stronger. You're going to get weaker. Now you feel this difference? So how this is easier. So look at that. Everything's consistent on this left side, except for two movements. Okay? This one when it was bent, and this one when I tried to rotate it. That was the only two motions on the right side that were tight. Everything else was tight all the way up here. Let's have you take a look at your trunk. So let's have you sit up and face that way. So I'm going to have you cross your arms, sit up tall, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go behind you, and I'm going to guide you to the right and left. Okay? And we're going to take a look at your trunk. Okay? Rotate to the right. Any tightness there? Any tightness through here? Yeah, I feel it too. Rotate to the right. Is it still on this right side? It's on the left side now? No. So that's your rib cage. That shouldn't be tight there. You should have that capability, especially for you as a guard or just anybody. You need to be able to rotate, push, and block and be strong in there. But again, if this doesn't move, then you're not going to be able to strengthen your core muscles, your spine muscles. And you need that for your arm strength. Okay? Lay your back for me, please. Any questions so far? It's a lot, right? It's almost too much. But like I said, I take this into, it's not that you're doing anything bad. You're not. It's just that you've never been taught. You know, like, even, when I worked on your dad, I found some tightnesses on him. And like I said, it's not that he's doing anything wrong. He was never taught how to do things. When you're born, you adapt, and you constantly adapt to perform, or to move. But you're never taught how to move correctly. Okay? All right? And more importantly, how to use your muscles to create movement. And what I want to do for you is help you learn how to use your muscles to create movement. Okay? That's what helped me. I don't know if your dad told me. I went to the Olympics with athletes, and I did the same thing for my athletes there. So I've worked with professional athletes for the past 7 years. Okay? All right? So here we go. So this is your shoulder movement. Now this becomes very important for you. Okay? Alright? So this is tight. You feel that? Jamming in there. That's a little tight too. Okay? Oh, a little bit looser, isn't it? A little bit easier. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I can't talk today. The apple doesn't fall from the tree, Sam. It's very similar to you, my friend. Rotate your head to the left. Any tightness there? Pain? Any concussions?
No, never.
Never? Okay, good. All right. So we've taken a look at your mobility, and you've noticed that there's some asymmetries all over the place, right? And that's definitely going to affect your strength output, or how optimally your body can move, or how optimally you're going to work in the gym. Okay. Now what we're going to take a look at is how well you communicate to your muscles. All right. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to explain your back again, and you're going to raise your toes up, your toes toward your head. Now this is the furthest joint from your brain. So your brain has to provide information all the way down. I'm just seeing how well the brain's sending information down to your legs. So I want you to raise your toes up. And I'm going to pull your toes down. And you're going to resist me, okay? Ready? So notice where my finger's right by your nail. Resist me here. Resist. Resist me. Resist me. Resist me. So you can see there's strength there. You can feel stuff, but it's not resisting me. Now what's interesting, this is your foundation, right? You stand on that. How much pressure was I putting on there? Not a lot. So when you stand up, what are you actually using? Right. Okay, exactly. You're not going to use the... And now when you play football, are you ever on your heel on the line? Never. So you're trying to use this. So that's why an NFL's career average 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, that's all. Because their knees are done. Because they have the same issue. Alright? Now, everything is controlled by your nervous system, your central nervous system. Right? So these muscles down here are controlled by parts of your lower spine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a look at your lower spine. Okay? Alright. So you can lay back. And I want you to push to the left, Zach. Push straight to the left. Ready? Push. Come on, push me. Okay, relax. Now I want you to push straight to the right. Push. Now which one felt easier to you?
Right one.
The right one.
Yeah.
Okay? And again, do you find that a little bit interesting? Like, that's the side that's injured, but yet that's the side that was stronger. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fix it. This is the treatment part of it. The treatment part is I'm activating muscles. A lot of times you'll see physical therapists or massage therapists, they're trying to relax things, and that's not bad. That's their role. Why you're coming to see me is to get better movement. And to get better movement, you need to have the muscles stimulated. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to jumpstart your muscles. I'm going to help them fire up by going to where the muscles attach onto the bone. I know where every muscle attaches on the body, and by going to where those muscles attach, I'm stimulating information to those muscles. Okay? So it might be a little sensitive. Or tickles. Now, when something tickles, or when something's sensitive, that's your body's kind of way of letting you know there's something wrong. Because you know what you want to do right now? You want to hit my hand, don't you? Yeah. And that's normal. Okay? So these are all muscles that help stabilize your lower spine. Okay? And I'm stimulating them. You can feel it doesn't look like a massage, right?
It hurts.
Or it doesn't feel like a massage. Is that the physical therapy place you went to?
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts a lot. Take a breather. And can you feel my pressure? It's not hard. Okay, I'll even go lighter. Let's see if we go a little bit. Just keep breathing for me, okay? Just try to relax. Keep breathing, bro. Just let it go. Alright, let's have you turn your stomach out. So what I'm going to do is stimulate muscles on your spine now, okay? So again, I'm going right to where the muscles attach, because right where the muscles attach, there's these little like sensors. And when I'm palpating those little sensors, it stimulates information to the brain back to these specific muscles. Now, the key is this. A lot of times I'm stimulating these muscles, and once I stimulate them, you have to learn how to use them yourself. So I'm going to give you exercises to help teach you how to use these muscles, okay? Yeah. You alright?
Yeah.
Alright, you're doing great, man. You're doing great. Can I have this on? Over to your back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to recheck. Alright? first thing we're gonna do, we take a look at those hip muscles. Push to the left. Push left. Now you tell me, does that feel better?
Yeah.
Push right. So do they feel even now? Push left. Good. Yeah. Raise your toes up. Okay? I'm gonna pull down, you resist me, okay? Now, you tell me, does that feel better? Feels like there's a little more resistance there, right? Relax. Now we're gonna take a look at the mobility. Okay? So relax your feet. Now how does that feel? Almost feels almost symmetrical, right? Let's take a look at your hips. So you can lay back real quick. Because remember which one was tight? The left one, right? Does it feel a little bit better? So you can see, just by stimulating these muscles here, by getting your lower spine and your pelvis more stable, your extremities, your hips and your feet have already calmed down. Okay? Now this was your type, your pelvis. Again, does that feel better? Which shoulder was tighter? Take a look at that. Oh. Look at that now? That feel better? Yeah. Sit up. Step tall. Rotate to the right. Less tension here. Yeah. Rotate to the left. Less tension there. So just by that one spot that I worked on, mobility-wise, you're a lot better. Yeah. Stability-wise, are you better? Yeah. Wait, your toes were stronger, your hip was stronger. You're a lot more even. Okay. So now, if I were to, I'm gonna teach you some corrective things to help make sure that this never lets go. Okay. And on top of that, the next component of that is now that your body is symmetrical, you have to learn how to train symmetry. Okay. So there's a corrective part of training, like rehabilitative, but there's also a fitness part, especially for you, where you got to make sure that you understand how things work when you're in the gym. All right. Hopefully we can get there. Okay. But what you need to know first is the corrective work, because especially as a football player, all right, as an athlete, we destroy our bodies, man. Even if you're not an athlete, just our everyday work, gardening, going up and down the stairs, we kill our body. And it's important that you have the tools that are gonna make sure that at the end of the day or in the beginning of your day, you're symmetrical and that all your muscles are working. Okay. All right, so that's what I'm gonna give you. All right, now, we gotta keep checking a couple more things, so land your back. I looked at your lower spine, those feet on the left side, right? I treated that. It's better now. Okay. This is the opposite end of your spine. I'm going to take a look at your upper neck, okay? So I looked at your lower spine. Look at what it did to your feet. They're stronger. Look at what it did to your hips. They're more mobile and stronger. Let's make sure that nothing got bad up here, all right? Or that this and this are talking. Right? Because your spine is like a chain, right? Yeah. You know what a chain, if you move the top of the chain, the bottom chain, it moves too, right? So we just got to make sure everything is working together, all right? So I'm going to turn this arm in. I'm going to pull toward me, and you're going to push away from me. Push away. Okay? Relax. Do it again. Push away. Okay? Again, not solid. There's strength there, but it's not solid. And that should be solid. Okay. Turn this arm in all the way. And now, Zach, you're gonna push away. Push. Now you tell me, does that feel a little different? Yeah, a little harder. Okay. But it was solid though, right? Push. See how it contracts? And you resist the ease. This side. Rotate it in. Push away. You can see. Push. It doesn't push away as well as that one, does it? Okay. So let's fix it. I'm going to stimulate all the muscles that attach to your first vertebra and the base of your skull. Just keep breathing, Zach. Now, can you feel my pressure? Yeah. It's not a lot, right? Mm-hmm. But it feels really sensitive. Okay? Now, the thing is with this, when you have when your body is in that state of where things are sensitive and he's sensitive to the touch, that's his body already telling me that his body is already stressed. Because I know that he wants to knock my hand out of the way. But you guys can see, Sam, that I'm not pressing hard. It's a very gentle, and he feels it too. I'm not pushing hard. So these are all the muscles that attach to the base of your skull and to the first vertebrae. It's the opposite end of what I just treated. I just treated the muscles that attach to your sacrum and to your lower spine. I'm just making sure that both ends of the spine are symmetrical and are stable. And then the next component is we're gonna go to take a look at your right foot and see how stable that is. Turn back over, please. Everything was in your spine. Push away from you, please. There you go. Feel that difference? Push. Easier. Now, raise your toes up. Keep it up. Resist me. Do you feel that now? I mean, I can lean back, and you can resist me now. A lot better, isn't it? Relax. Relax. Symmetrical. Push left. Right? I always check my work. I always need to make sure that if I treat one thing, I check the entire body to see if it changes anything. That way we never leave anything vulnerable. That way when you walk out of here, everything is working together. Okay? Alright? Alright, let's take a lay back down. Movement again, you see, feels good, right? Feels symmetrical. Okay? Feels good, even looser. So like, imagine you going to the gym, and you remember how your pelvis was out of alignment?
Yeah.
You going to the gym, and it was like this. This was, right? This side was lower, everything was lower. Imagine trying to squat, but your pelvis looks like this. Do you think that's gonna create better function for you, or is this gonna create problems for you? Now again, because you're young and it's a new movement, your body, it will adapt, and it can. But see, once your body gets fatigued and stops compensating, that's when problems occur. Knee, back, okay? Let's just take a look at where you're at right now. Let's have you stand up again. So just face me again. There you go. So let's just take a look. Okay? Place your hands on top of my hands. A little bit better. Okay. Arm straight, head straight. Okay. So this is still off. See this? That's still off.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see which one's lower? This left one is still lower. Okay. All right. So you gotta fix that. Lay your back.
It feels like when I stand up, I feel like
You're putting weight on this foot. That's like, let's take.
my physical therapist said it's like because my calf is so tight, so it makes my feel like it's worse.
Well, let's fix it.
Okay.
Let's fix it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that's wrong.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can fix it. If it's your Achilles, remember, your muscle attaches to your Achilles, right? And so if we can calm this down a little bit, let's see if we can make that feel better. Is that a normal reaction that you have in the morning or when you wake up?
That's like after a long day.
You feel this tightness?
Yeah.
All right, let's have you lay on your back. Thank you for telling me that. It's important. Okay? Now, We worked on your spine. We gave you a little bit more some spinal support. You're a lot more symmetrical. Your mobility's better. Your stability's better. Now let's take a look at where you had the problem, okay? And we'll take a look at both feet, just to make sure they're both working well, okay? The first joint is we'll take a look at is your ankle, okay? All right, so when you raise your toes up, yeah, you can sit up if you want. Raise your toes up here. So when you sit up and you say, I say resist me here. Pull your toes up, go. And you feel that's strong, okay? So let's mess with the ankle a little bit. Raise your toes up again, hold it there, resist me. Does that feel strong still?
Yeah.
Okay, relax, let's try it again. Toes up. It's not bad, okay? Let's take a look at this one. Raise your toes up, keep it up there. Feels pretty good there, relax. Raise your toes up. This one's a little bit worse. Can you feel that? Yeah. Okay, so when I do this, toes up. See how that stays strong still? When I do this one, toes up. See how that lets go?
Yeah.
Okay? So when I apply a force, movement is all about physics, right?
Yeah.
So when I apply a force on your ankle, you either handle it by using your muscles or you don't. So when I applied the force there, you know what your muscles said? I can't handle it. So you know what they did? They shut down. Alright? So your brain says, we gotta shut those muscles down. That was too much stress. So let's fix that now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stimulate every muscle that attaches or that has a relationship with this ankle being pulled up. I'm gonna work on every muscle that does that. Okay? Now, when we pull this foot up, that's also part of your walking. It's kind of when you're heel striking, okay? So it's important to have that motion, okay? So you can see I'm relating to a lot of things. Mobility, stability, your gait, structural alignment. So there's a lot of things that have to be addressed. It's not just, you know, are you flexible?
Yeah.
That's not the only component, all right? There's others. You have to make sure that you're mobile, and not just in this joint, but through everything. That's the first thing I looked at you, right?
Yeah.
Structural alignment. That's the first thing I looked at you, because again, if you're not aligned and if you're not mobile, whatever I fix in this foot, which is your main problem, it will keep on being tight here, because everything else is still compensating. All right. These are all muscles, and I'm stimulating them again. Right? And it's interesting that the muscles that help with the ankle motion, look where they attach, right on your fibula. Try that again. Raise your toes up. Does that feel better? Yeah. Let's have you stand up. Does that feel? How does it feel?
Still hurts a little bit.
Less?
Yeah.
Good. So it's like laying your back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep rechecking it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you stand up. Does it hurt? And I'm gonna recheck it again. So let's take a look at your ankle. Toes up. Did that stay strong though?
Feels like it.
Yep. Relax. So now let's take a look at the other part of the joint, or the other motion. The ankle can flex up, but the ankle can also point down. So I want you to point your toes down, point down, and now raise your toes up. Stay right there. Resist me. I'm gonna pull down, you resist me. Resist me, come on. Okay? Point this foot down as much as you can, and now raise your toes up. You feel that difference here?
Yeah.
It's a little stronger on this side, right? Okay, so relax. So we're gonna fix it. So, even though, like I said, we stimulated this